think I have one. We've got the first one for the day.
Here we go. Oh, let's both flip that one in here. Oh, look at that, Mary.
I didn't think bass weren't eating fish, but I thought somebody would have corrected me.
I mean, it is. If you got a fishing line,
Did I? I did something.
Yes, I will take care of that.
It's February. I'm going out pheasant hunting, so my first thing, I don't want to be cold, so I'm putting on the layers. Now, they don't all coordinate, but this is an occasion where I guess I don't really care. I want to stay warm. I'll be somewhat fashionable, but I'm going to be warm on my hunt. I am going to get a bird today. I'm hoping. Now, what are the dogs' names?
Anna and Hootie.
Anna and Hootie.
This is Anna. Hey.
I look kind of silly in a hat. Hello, Anna. This will be my hunting guide today. I'm told I have to wear a hat. I look dumb in hats. I'm hoping my red hair will go for my orange, but we'll see. So we're all prepared. I'm layered up. I've got my orange on, my safety, and dogs are raring to go. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to get me a pheasant. Now I've got the right guide. He's got such a passion for hunting. He's actually changed his name. His name is John Hunter. I'm kidding. That is his real name. He hasn't changed it to that. But John is going to give me a little refresher course because it's been a while since I've held a gun. So John, why don't you remind me some safety ideas and what it is that I'm holding here?
Sure. You're holding a 20 gauge Ruger Red Label over and under.
Okay.
All right. It's got two different choke tubes in it. The bottom barrel will shoot first because your selector switch is there, which is part of your safety. The bottom barrel will shoot. It's got a little more open pattern for a close shot. Top barrel's a little tighter for your long distance shot if you missed the first one. When you first close the gun, you can push your safety forward, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to actually get on the bird and shoot it.
Okay.
Now when the bird goes up, if it's straight away from you, come right up behind it as you start to cover the bird with the barrel, pull the trigger. If the bird's going left or right, you're going to have to lead it a little bit. The rule of thumb is go from the tail to the beak and then bang, pull the trigger. And that'll give you enough lead because that bird has to fly into the shot. You're not actually hitting the bird with the shot, he's flying into it.
Okay.
Okay? So, other than that, we keep it open until the dogs go on point, then we shut the guns.
Now I just have one question. You said open and under. Is it open and under because of the open shot of the barrel and
Over and under.
Okay.
Right, mine's a side by side.
Okay.
Same kind of thing, except the barrels are side by side instead of over and under.
Okay.
All right. Same thing with mine. Anna, sit. Sit. I have a selector switch on mine. Same thing. Safety resets when you open it. Same as yours will do. Same operation. A little bit heavier in weight. A lot of people don't like side-by-sides because they think it throws their eye shot off. The main thing is instead of going down one barrel, I'm looking down the center of two. But if you learn to look at your rib first and then your bird, you don't even realize it after a while. You'll just be looking at the bird.
Well, our dogs are anxious to get out there. I've got a lot to remember, so we're going to give this a shot. Ha-ha, no pun intended. I'll see if I get a shot. Now, John, we're out here in February. Typically, we've got snow. Obviously, we've had a very mild winter, no snow. So what kind of field do we have, and does this help in pheasant hunting, or is it a hindrance not having the snow cover?
No, this is actually pretty good this year. This is a CRP at 7 acres that we have set up with the state. I think we're in our 5th or 6th year of having this. We got to mow it, maintain it, and keep it to a certain height. What is nice is you can see there's a lot of cover for these birds to sit in. In the winter when it's a big snow like last year, this was all actually laid down by the weight of the snow, and surprisingly this grass that we have here will come back after the snow is melted. It comes back up with about half its height. So it still gives them plenty of bent over grass and cover to work in. So what really works the best about it is there's so many places for them to hide in here, you just never know where the bird's going to be or when he's going to come up. So
Do the dogs prefer working in the snow, or do they like it bare like this?
they don't really care. The nice thing about snow or damp day like today, it's kind of dry out, there wasn't a whole lot of dew. The dew or the dampness will leave scent on the ground and gives them something to go by. Right now, they're running just by what's in the air, and unless they happen to come over a scent, you know, where pheasants walk or run. So they're kind of running blind right now. So, but it's more, if there's more dampness, it helps them a lot, because it leaves more bird scent behind for them to catch up to.
Now, John, you mentioned that we can hunt hens. Why? Because this is private. It's a private club. Why are they not allowed on non-private, on public land?
On public or state land, they want the hens to reproduce for next year's hatch.
Okay.
So they don't want you killing the hens because they're going to hatch out this spring. So that's why here, it don't matter, as it's a private club, we release hens and roosters as well. So either one is fair game here.
Is one easier to shoot over the other?
No. The rooster is probably the harder to shoot because he's a bigger bird and you got to really hit him hard, but that's the only difference. He thinks he pulled a tendon, and because the back talon was always in like this, so that means these tendons are working, but this one isn't. And every time he'd pull it out, it'd go back in. So you don't know how to have it to, he's never had that in the film, so I hate to say he's not really a vet. He knows birds, but he's not a vet.
Now, John, we've got Anna and Hoot out with us today. They're actually doing quite a bit of the work, most of the work, I'll say. What kind of dogs are they?
They're both Drothars. Anna has more of the long, curly wire hair. Hootie is more of a flat hair, like a regular pointer would be.
I've seen a Drothar before. I thought they were had a beard, kind of like you.
They do, but I shave her down because all the burrs and any kind of weed or stuff that she runs through, she'll pick up in a heartbeat.
Well, I see I've been covered with burrs. I'm glad, though, it's the burrs we can pick off and not burr from the cold. I just can't get over what a beautiful February winter day we have today.
Well, I actually thought about naming her Velcro. Because that's more like what she is.
Well, I think Anna might be on something, so we're going to have to get set and go for another bird.
Oh! Okay, Lloyd, come on around. You want to roll? Oh, hey! Oh! Good shot, very nice shot.
I think that was mine.
No doubt that was yours.
First time out, and it's a success.
Catch it up. Catch it. Catch it up. Bring it here. She got it. She's come. And come. Catch it up. Come. Here, drop it. Drop it. Hey. I'm still alive. Leave it. Leave it. I'll do it the humane way.
Wow. Not that good of a shot because apparently it's still wiggling and struggling to live. I feel kind of bad, but my first time out and it's a success. So first bird of the day is down. The coloring is beautiful. We had talked about getting a rooster because it's a bigger, easier bird to get, so to speak. Here we go, John. For those of us who wouldn't know it's a rooster, how do you tell a rooster from a hen?
Coloring, ring on its neck, its head. The hens are usually just gray or black or all dark green, kind of like the dark green on the back of the neck here. So, but these have more color, like most male birds of any bird species. The male is usually the prettier. Same with the pheasants. And there's like over 130 different varieties of pheasants.
Wow.
So
the coloring is beautiful, and that's the thing I have noticed. The males usually are prettier. Not like in the human species. I think the girls are better looking. But we're going to go out for more. I'm ready. I think I found a new passion today. Got my safety hold. Always in the air. Point the gun in the air, not at anyone.
come on. You can bring it this time. I won't yell at you. Come on. Auburn, come on. Come on. Come. Here. 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 Come. And a couple. Drop it. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. You're
So
3
we've
for
got
3.
another rooster. 3 for 3. 2 roosters and 1 hen.
Those little shells are shotgun usually.
Okay, so I'm going to take my shells. I'm going to put them in my vest. We're going to go and take a little break, give the dogs a rest, because they've been very active this morning. I think I have too, though. I might need to have a little break, so. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin at the Geneva Lakes Brewing Company. We're here with Pat McIntosh, and he's going to tell us a little about what we're going on here. We're in the room where it all happens, so take it away, Pat, and let us know your vision.
Okay, well, about a year and a half ago, well, let me go back further. 2 years ago, my son John, up on the brew house right now, came up with the idea of Lake Geneva's need for a brewery. So I sat on that for a little while, did some things. I retired from my previous career and decided to write a business plan for it. And about a year and a half ago, we started the wheels rolling on behind the scenes setup, getting ready to get all the permits and everything. And most recently, about the last year, we physically put this place together.
And if you could be here, you would smell the malt. It just makes you really thirsty, really whets your appetite. Now, I understand that they have 3 different types with a 4th beer coming, correct?
We do. We have, right now we have, I'll give you our name, No Wake IPA, Cedar Point Amber, and Weekender Wheat. And we have a summer recipe ready for Kolsch style beer, which is a German regional beer. It'll be the lightest beer in our lineup, and we named it after the smallest part of the lake, the Narrows.
And you mentioned that you are one of the few that has is it IPAs on draft?
IPAs in this whole area haven't seemed to take off very well, so there weren't a lot of bars that offered them. And No Wake IPA is at a couple of bars now and seems to be going over very well, which makes sense because it's the #2 selling beer style in the country.
Now, you and your son are behind this whole Geneva Lakes Brewing. Do you have other people that work with you, or there are plans, I would assume, to expand as you take off?
Yes, yeah, we hope to get as far as we can go with a 2-man show, but we're finding out that 7 15-hour days in a row are starting to wear on us a little bit. So, yeah, probably in the near future we're going to add somebody. But yeah, right now it's just John and I, and we're at a blast.
Well, I've just had a really tasty thought. I'm going to volunteer to be your taster.
Okay.
So I'll be here on board sampling all the specialties that they're making, maybe coming up with a few ideas of my own. But we're going to take a little break and we're going to come back with John. He's the head brewer here, and he's going to give us a little more background on what they do here at Geneva Lakes Brewing Company. Geneva Lake Brewing Company. I'm with John McIntosh. We previously talked with his dad. John, though, is the head brewer. So John is going to give us a little insight into what a head brewer does. So take it away, John.
Hello. Well, I'm in charge of day-to-day operations here at the brewery. I start by weighing everything out and taking care of the formulas to make our beer. We do that about 2 to 3 times a month. We fill fermenters, and that takes up about 2 days of brewing. Other than that, I'm in charge of the filtration of the beer, the kegging of the beer, and just general maintenance of our product throughout the production line.
Now, John, I've had my fair share of beer over the years. I don't know what's involved in making the beer, but I see you've got an awful lot of equipment here, so maybe we can just kind of take a look. See,
Sounds good.
You can talk about what these very lovely cover vats do.
Well, the brewing process starts by adding water and grain together, and we do that in this first vessel on the right, the one labeled mash lauter tun. We combine about 500 pounds of grain with our water, and that sits for about an hour. And then we move that water over to the vessel on the left, which is the boil kettle. And from there it becomes our beer, and we boil there for about 90 minutes, and that concludes the brewing process. From this vessel, we come down through this hosing and go down to the far end of the brewery to our unit tanks or fermenters. And that is where we combine yeast with the beer, and it produces our finished product. The beer sits there for about 10 to 15 days.
And then at that point, is it ready to sample?
At that point, we filter and keg. We can put it out the door about 5 days after that process. So it's about a 20-day start to finish process.
Now, speaking of keg, I see over here on the table you've got some, I think they're really cute vases, jugs, whatever you want. What is this called?
This is called a growler. It's a very common serving best thing for beer. It's a 64 fluid ounces. And
Do you growl when you're drinking it?
You can. You will if you drink all of it.
I could drink it all.
All right.
I think the gauntlet's been thrown. So is this I've never seen a size like this before. Is this something with the microbreweries?
This is typical at brewing facilities. We'll fill those out of our tap lines that we have in the front. And we'll offer people to buy them once, and then they can come refill them if they'd like at a discount price with our same products.
What would this equate to? I'm thinking, a bottle, 12-ounce bottle.
Well, this is 64 ounces, so it's, what is that?
A little better than 5 bottles.
Yeah, 5 bottles.
Being that I'm always on the lookout for the perfect pairings, we're going to let our expert here tell us what the various beers are best served with what kind of food. So, John, what would you recommend for the IPA or the amber?
Of course. Well, we've been doing a lot of sampling in the kitchen with our beers, and through a lot of research, I've found that our IPA...
Darn, all that research.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. I found that our IPA pairs very well with spicy food, Thai food, spicy wings, hot wings, buffalo sauce, really anything that has a little kick to it. The bitterness really gives it a nice edge. Our amber I've been using to baste my brats for quite some time. I use a slow cooker and put about a quart of our beer and 6 brats in the slow cooker all day. Comes out fantastic.
And what time did you say lunch is today? I'm at your house. I think we know where we want to come. Now come on over in late spring. They anticipate the tasting room will be open. You can get these ideas, buy some of their merchandise, and certainly walk away with some good tasting beer. Okay, well, we've learned all about how the beer is made. Now, I sit with the finished product. Now they have several different kinds. We've got 2 different samples here. You can see the different color. I, the novice, obviously do not know what the difference is. So John, maybe that's where your expertise comes in. You can tell what we have here.
Sure. I'm holding our amber. First of all, these are the first 2 beers that we developed, our amber and our IPA. I'm holding our amber. You can tell the amber by the darker hue of the color. The amber is at 16 on the color scale, and the IPA is at 12, just for a gauge of the difference. We make these with the same raw materials as far as grain, and where we make them different is in the hop additions later in the brewing process. The beer she's holding is the IPA, which stands for India Pale Ale. It's a style of beer that came from Imperial England when they were shipping beer to the continent of India. They had to ship it with hops in the barrels, which caused it to get a very citrusy and strong bitter aroma. And it's a type of beer that's really caught on, and I think it's going to be our flagship beer. We've been really doing well with our IPA.
All right. As we've heard from a salesman that was in this morning, it must be beer 30. So all I can say is thank you, John, and cheers.
Cheers.
We're going to take a sample. And you don't want to miss out. John, if people want to locate you, how do they find your website, your phone number?
Well, for now, you can find us in bars around Lake Geneva. We are on tap at several locations, or you can check us out on our website. It's Geneva Lake Brewing Company, all spelled out, or contact us at 262-248-2539.
Late spring, I understand you're going to be having a tap room opening, so you too can stop on over and give their brews a try, maybe get a little tour and get to know these two really neat guys, Pat and John McIntosh of Geneva Lake Brewing Company. Thanks for your time, and
Thanks
again,
a lot.
cheers.
Cheers.
Being that we've been successful in the field, we're now inside with some of our, I don't know what word we'll use, our kill, I guess. John is going to show me now what to do to prepare it for the table. I'm not really looking forward to this part, but it's all part of the learning, so take it away, John. Show me what we need to do.
It's only blood and guts. Okay, first thing I do, spread their legs and just kind of hold your hands on it. You'll feel the point of their breast, which is right there where my thumb is. Okay, feel that point?
Yeah.
Just take your thumbs, push in, and start pulling the skin aside like that.
Wow.
There's your breasts. Alright? Now, first thing you can do, it's real easy to do. There's a bone that follows right down this center line. The meat's on either side, but it's a rib cage underneath, so when you go down, you gotta come around kind of like this. Okay? It's like a wishbone in a turkey beef. The whole thing's like that comes to a point. So all you do is you come in, you feel for the bone with a knife, and you just kind of run that bone right on down. And then just keep running it down as you go, nice and easy. You want to try to get all the meat off of that bone you can. Run that rib bone and just keep the knife against the rib until you get down to the point, and you'll see where the point stops right in here. And just cut it out, keeping your fingers out of the way. Up to here, you can see this is where we hit it. There's your shot. In fact, we broke that bone right there with a BB. So, and just keep trimming it out. It's nice if I had a sharper knife.
Well, you make it look very easy.
Well, you'll get to do this half, so we'll see how easy it is.
I don't think it'll be as smooth as yours.
Oh, sure it will. And there's your breast, minus a few hairs.
It's actually a pretty good size.
Not bad at all.
You're looking at the bird, you wouldn't think it's that full of meat.
Nice and easy. Start at the point.
All right, here we go.
I need the sharpest knife in the world, but you can do it.
I'm cutting, I'm feeling the bone. I'm trying to make it look as easy and as expertly as John has done it. I don't know though. I think mine's going to be a mangled mess. But we'll put it into some soup or stew. Who cares what it looks like? It's all about the taste. I don't know.
You're doing fine. Throw your meat back. See where we broke the whole breastbone up front there. Nice and easy. You want to keep your blade at an angle like this out.
Okay.
You should be pretty much almost through your meat to the skin there. See where it tapers the nothing here? It's paper thin. That's what you want to cut off. That's where you're done. Okay. Watch my fingers, please. You have fillet of knuckle. Okay, now you can flip your knife and come this way with it. Or flip the bird. Here, hold on. It's easier to flip the bird. Whatever's comfortable for you. Everybody does it different.
And I actually can't believe I'm doing
Watch
this.
your knuckle. Alright, you're on a bone right here. Let me show you. I can see the one bone you're rocking against right here.
Oh yeah.
Right, so you want to come in a little tighter around that bone. What happened is that's his wing bone, and we broke the wing bone when we shot it.
Okay.
So just come around the other side of that wing bone to get to your meat. Okay?
Now besides the breast, is any other part of the bird edible?
Sure. Which part do you want?
Well, I don't know. I
All right.
can't imagine doing what you would do with the other stuff.
There's legs. Legs are good for several things. Either stew, you can make stock out of them, and all you do is see how I stuck my hand behind there?
Yeah.
And just pull the skin and it'll rip eventually. Takes a little bit of oomph, but you can get it. And basically you can just cut this leg right off like you would a chicken. Okay? Just
Okay.
you'll feel the joint there. See how that joint moves?
Uh-huh.
Just keep moving that joint. What you do is you find where it's pivoting. And right in there is the point. So you see, okay? And out comes your leg.
Pheasant leg.
And then
It's probably going to taste better than it looks right
if
now.
you're real hungry, there's the heart and the liver. If you're real hungry.
I don't think I want to try that.
Beef, little beef.
Well, maybe I can make some earrings out of it.
There you
Some
go.
jewelry.
Nice ring.
There we go.
Big ring.
All right, well, I've shot. Now I've dressed, I guess. Next will be on to prepare and then eat. I can't believe what I have just done. It's a winter day and I am outside hunting. And I paid attention to all of my instructions given my guide, John Hunter. And look at here, I am successful. I actually need more hands to hold everything I brought down. But I'll just hold these two ring necks. This was an incredible, unbelievable, very successful day. I'll be back for more. So if you want to get out and do some pheasant hunting, maybe contact John here and he can give you the finer pointers and you'll have just a fabulous time like I have. Burlington, Wisconsin, I'm Mary Kay. We'll catch you next time.